Hello everyone, Ethersong here, and welcome back for some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Let's get started. Strato Colony. If you're an enemy here. An enemy is bumping a sports ball with her wrist, trying to keep it in the air. Heads up, she shouts, and bumps the ball in your direction. Think fast. Well, I can't do a trick, but I can bounce it back. You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. An enemy tells you about the new sports ball court, a proper regulation-sized court, way bigger than the little 0G one on the stratospheric. Her brother Com is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. He's so great, she says. He's good at everything, especially spiking. He's coaching me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. Unlock sports ball in the garrison. Okay, so I can do sports ball now if I want to. And I believe this is the garrison. Maybe? The garrison. A small team led by the security chief Rhett was enough to keep the peace on the stratospheric. To stay busy, they also ran the exercise gym and sports ball courts. Here on Vertumna, the garrison has expanded fast. They're building a huge wall around the colony and have an outdoor firing range and a big covered dojo. And best of all, a regulation-sized sports ball court. So I can choose an activity to do this month. And sports ball gives bravery, toughness, friendship with an enemy, and some stress. I think all the activities give stress unless you just kind of take a break. What else is going on? A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Ether. Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. This spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets. There's no way I'm going out there in all this weather. She continues. Since you like running around in it, could you fetch them for me? Tammy made me some soy sweets, so she wants the sweets from Tammy. What do I say here? Okay, go get them yourself. I mean, is there like a more polite way to refuse? Though, I mean, I guess I could grab them. Sure. Good, Mars claps. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. Mars sighs. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. Oh, there she is. Well, I guess I can do it. It's pretty close. Can't she walk down there? Is it really that far? I guess that the scale is kind of lost in the overview of it. It's probably a lot larger in reality, right? Tammy is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Ether, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars soy sweets. Tammy smiles at you. It's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets, made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos to nanoprint it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. That's kind of interesting. Like, is there a reason she has, like, elven ears like that? Isn't, like, everyone, like, human? Or is there, like, some differences? Maybe in the future, there's a lot more traits to people than what we have now. Mars is so cool, she says, fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares, too. So I guess I can go deliver it. Mars puts her hand out expectantly. Give it here. Need persuasion. I don't have persuasion. If you want them, you gotta pay up. You need persuasion. I ate them. I ate them all. Here it is. She's kind of bossy though, isn't she? She's like, go get me my sweets. Give them to me now. Oh, here it is. You hand over the box of soy sweets with a smile. Mars takes it and giggles. You're such a good sidekick. Doing everything I say. ... Yeah, really. She opens the box and hands you a soy sweet. Your tip, she tells you. Oh, and Administrator Seeks looking for someone to do delivery jobs for the depot. She says, I don't want to do it because, like... Oh, she says, I don't want to do it because, like, you running around out there? No. Just go there. Just go through there, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell them I referred you. Done. So I guess that probably opens up another thing, maybe? I can do delivery jobs. I don't know if that gives me, like, kudos or something. Oh, there's my dad. I guess I'll talk to him. Hello, my little potato, your dad exclaims, smiling warmly. What have you been up to today? Just hanging with my friends. Staying in, it's cold out here. Playing in the fresh air. I guess that's the option. He breathes deeply and looks around. Vertumna is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Seasons, he shouts, throwing his hands wide. I missed seasons. You can kind of see the divide between the adults and children. The children being born on the colony ship are not really accustomed to weather and climate and life outdoors. So you see some people be hesitant to move, like Tammy or Mars not liking the weather. Some other people, I guess you can see that. And then you also have these adults, like finally, we're outside of the ship. It's been, what was it, like 2 decades or something? 2 decades trapped in a ship. That would make you pretty grateful for having the seasons back. Yeah. Back on Earth, it got much, much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as our spark snow. He sighs, stretching. You just wait until dust season. Both the suns will be high in the sky, and it'll be real hot then, you'll see. So I guess they did maybe some scouting or something. I mean, it would make sense if they're coming to here, because he's talking about dust season. It's like, well, we haven't experienced that yet, but I guess they know it's something that occurs. So they probably knew that it would be habitable for humans, so they kind of know what kind of seasons and what not before coming here. You find your mom hard at work setting up the greenhouses with a small construction crew. You've seen these plans pinned to the wall of your family's quarters for years now. These geodesic domes will house the more delicate plants from Earth: spinach, tomatoes, maybe even fruit. So I guess if we look at the background art here as well, we can kind of see like what the area is like here. A bunch of domes with farming areas like fields and whatnot. So I guess, yeah, this colony area is pretty large if you look at the scale of the background art. She takes a swig from her canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do, she asks. Remember, Ether, you're responsible for your own schedule now that we've landed. You can decide how to spend your time, so as long as it's productive. She points towards the engineering wing in the back half of the Stratospheric's severed frame. Professor Hall is still expecting you in class, but a well-rounded education includes practical application. You're old enough to help with the work around here. She claps your hands on your shoulder. I got another minute. Anything you need to know? What are you doing in geoponics? Can I ask all the questions? What's the garrison? What can I do in the quarters? What's happening in engineering? What are you doing in geoponics? She looks down and nudges a sprout growing between her feet. It's green, the color of earth plants. We're doing our best, she says, but it hasn't been easy. I just hope the potatoes and corn can handle the weather here, she says, glancing up at the sky. I hear it rains like hell in the wet season. She takes a long look at you, up and down. You're growing fast, Ether, but you're still too young for real farming. Instead, well, there's a lot of soil that needs to be hauled. Seeing her disappointment, she nudges you on the shoulder. Don't pout. It'll help build those muscles. You You need them now that we're out in the real world doing real work. Out here, we'll have to rely on our physical strength. She flexes her biceps. Your mom is really strong. So I guess this kind of goes with the maybe like zero gravity in a ship. You probably don't have as much strength as you'd normally have if you were living on a planet, but I guess some people also made sure to exercise on the ship. I don't know about the kids, like what they were doing exactly, but maybe some exercises, but yeah. So what's happening in engineering? Hal's teaching classes on life, science, engineering, and humanities. If you pass all your tests, maybe he'll let you work there in a few years. Your father thinks you're old enough that school is optional. I don't agree, but I'll be honest with you, she says, gesturing to the fields. We do need every pair of hands we can get. If you want to work with me here in geoponics, I just suggest study life science. If you don't have a good grasp of biology and ecology, I'm going to stick you on shovel duty. I do like the life science thing though, since it's, an alien planet, learning about the alien life forms and I guess plants and animals and things. What can I do in the quarters? If you need a break, she advises, you can visit the lounge and see your friends, but she warns, raising a finger. I don't want to see you lounging around all the time. You need to work hard too. What's the garrison? Security Chief Rhett is organizing a sports ball team. You used to play, didn't you? Back on the ship? It'll be different here with planet's gravity. Of all the adults in the colony, Rhett and your mother are the most like soldiers you'd seen on a holovid. For a moment you think your mom's going to suggest something else. Then she shakes her head. You're too young for defense training, so don't worry about that yet. Just enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble. It's kind of interesting. So maybe she was like trained as, I guess, as like self-defense training or something like that, or martial art training. So what's going on in command? I think Seek said they need someone to deliver supplies from the depot. They're also setting up a shop there if you got some kudos to spend. And of course, that's where Captain Governor Udicott works. But you shouldn't bother her. She's a busy woman and she doesn't have your mother's patience with kids. You try not to giggle. Your mom isn't usually known for her patience. Can I join expeditions? Oh, you're too young to leave the colony. It's dangerous. She shakes her head. Your father would be worried. There's so much we still don't know about the world out there. Let the adults find out. Then maybe you can join them in a few years when you're older. She gives you a stern look. She isn't going to budge on this one. For now, stay inside the walls. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. What is outside those walls? I'm guessing they're scouting, right? Of the planet, so they have some idea, but maybe they don't have a total idea of what lives here yet. Just a general idea that it's habitable for most likely for humans since we're here. I mean, it's like the first colony ship, was it? Out. So you'd expect they had done quite a bit of research on the planet before coming, but maybe there is some danger since they've been building up these walls as well. What are you doing here? Just looks at his feet and pretends not to notice you. Dare you to eat this worm? Oh, he's still angry at me because he thought I was making fun of him with the monsters and whatnot. Alright, what do you want? You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You've known her for, well, your whole life. Your whole entire life. Back on the ship, you used to play with her, were her study partner, used to tease her. I wonder how this changed things. I guess used to play with her. Tammy had the best doll collection. After her mom died, her dad used all his nanoprinter creds to print her a different doll every month for a whole year. Oh, I see. So her mom passed away. Her ears perk up when she sees you. Nanoprinter creds. So I guess they could print like a 3D printer or something. Maybe even more advanced than that if you can print dolls out of it. Your ears perk up when she sees you. "Hello, Ether," she says. Her voice is soft and dreamy, like a beam of starlight. "Do you want to play dolls?" "Maybe later." Tammy nods enthusiastically, her ears bobbing up and down. "Okay, Ether, we'll play later." You kind of hope she doesn't hold you to that. Yeah, I guess they don't really want to do dolls right now. More interested in this kind of planet. So what else? This is the school. What was inside here? The living quarters. The ship's quarters are where everyone sleeps and eats and hangs out. The private bedrooms are small. You share one with your parents, so colonists spend most of their time in the big common area. It does look pretty nice inside, though. There's a lounge and cafeteria and a crèche where all the little kids and babies are raised communally. So I can relax, and I think this, yeah, removes all my stress. I can forget one memory optional. So I guess if there's a bad memory of something, or is that like a bad card or something, I could remove that and like optimize my deck perhaps. What is this? Command. Command is a warren of long hallways with doors off to tiny nondescript offices. Everyone you pass seems to be hurrying off to something important. The end of one hallway opens into the supply depot, which works both requisitions office and general store. Beyond it are cavernous warehouses stacked high with supplies from Earth, now being gradually unpacked and distributed. Well, I can't do delivery. I don't have like any strength or need organizing. I don't really have any of that. View the notice board. What's a notice board? Colony food shortfall minus 100%. So I guess we're having food shortages. I guess they were talking about having difficulties raising crops. So maybe it's not as easy as they were predicting. Colony security rating. Evaluating. Upcoming event. We will be hosting our first annual Vertumnalia festival during the second week of Dust. Notice, take precautions outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. So I guess there's some alien, like, life out there. Current council administration. Governor Udicott Command. Chief Administrator Seek Command. Security Chief Rhett Garrison. Chief Engineer Instant Engineering. Chief Cultivator Flulu Geoponics. Chief Steward Antecedent Orders. Chief Surveyor Melatonin Expeditions. We'll leave for now, I guess. Or wait, I can go back. I can just leave. Okay. Well, I can't do the deliveries yet. Let's take a look at this building as well. I think I might just do the school again, but geoponics. The greenhouses have different biomes inside, growing plants from Earth that might belong in a desert, jungle, or temperate forest. Some are so delicate you have to spray off any germs in an airlock before you can enter. The seasonal garden outside is dotted with blue nobodies, little flowers with what look like wriggling creatures stuck inside each one. A sign explains it's a decoy meant to attract some kind of flying predator to come pollinate the flower. So I can shovel dirt or gain toughness. And some kudos. 15 kudos. Or not 15, I mean 5 kudos, 15 toughness. And what about the school? Engineering. A low throbbing noise comes from an engine room which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to the teaching labs and med bay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of the wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from a nearby holoscreen. Don't forget to study hard. So I could register for engineering classes? Oh, that could be interesting as well. What does that do? Using Congruence HoloNet scheduling system is almost a test on its own. You feel like a hacker navigating a confusing interface, but manage to add your name to a list of drop-in students. You are now eligible to join Tangent. I guess if it's Tangent, like, would her nickname be like Tange then? I was calling her Tang before, but maybe Tange is better. Tangent, Tange. And some of the older students in the engineering classes. Well, I unlocked it. So I could do engineering if I wanted to. So +1 engineering, +2 reasoning, +1 friendship with Tangent, +15 stress, +2 creativity, +2 persuasion, +1 friendship with Tangent. Biology. How much do I have in biology currently? I think I kind of want to do the biology route. I'm at 7. Biology, reasoning, and friendship. This one's engineering, reasoning. This gives +2 reasoning. Study machines, physics, math, and programming. I do have some engineering knowledge, it seems. Maybe increase my biology knowledge to start. Learn about the planet that we're at, and then we can think about applying it with other things. Yeah, let's do another life sciences for now. You learn about Vertumnan geology by comparing various rock samples from Earth to the ones from Vertumna, placing them on the Mohs hardness scale. The Earth samples are so weird and gray compared to the pink, purples, yellows, and teals collected by the surveyors. Earth must have been a dull place. Kind of like that perspective, where like the kids are like, Earth like colors are so weird. Why isn't it pink or purple or whatever? So let's get to work. Studying life sciences. So I got my kind of skill sets. So these are, I guess, like all kind of like memories and traits. So giggling. It's me as like a baby. I got 2. Stress cry. Wait, let's move that there. Move that there. Move that there. And then, does that give me points? For a flush? And then we got that, right? So we got +1 from Sun Medallion gear, +1 to challenges. That's nice. That looks like the best. I think we can do 2 of a kind, flush, and +3 for a flush. That's win. It worked well this month. +5 biology, +3 from 1 challenge. Absorbent brain 1, absorbent brain perk. Nice. Reasoning, stress. So I can, I guess, learn things pretty quickly because of the absorbent brain. So 1 challenge, absorbent brain 1, and absorbent brain perk are just like the 3 things giving me pluses. Reasoning, and then stress, and then friendship with tangent. This week you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what someone is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. So I guess it's kind of like a butterfly effect or something, right? Like you had visions of, I don't know how many ever instances of things occurring, but there could be an infinite number of possibilities, so not everything is going to happen the same way. And depending on how you change based on your actions, especially since you know what had happened before, you could make different choices, which affects other people as well. This morning you were sure Professor Hal was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't, though. As Professor Hal walked away, his hash browns safe for today, Mars called you a liar and a dummy. At night, your dreams are all mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. Okay, so this is interesting. So there's monsters the size of buildings. There's huge monsters evidently on this planet. Is that something they didn't know when they reconned the planet? But there's also other people living here? Like, how did that happen? I thought this was like the first colony ship. So are like humans that evolved separately from Earth? Or humans that had somehow been here before? Or like, what's going on? You're holding hand. Yeah, what is this? Only be saved by strange people you never met. So there's like people other than the people on the ship? There could be time shenanigans as well, right? Since you go into a wormhole, maybe there's other colony people that had left after you but arrived before you or something. There's a lot of mysteries still here. But what if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Yeah, that's true. These could be visions of things that will happen, or could happen, I suppose. Anytime you try to tell someone they think you're playing a trick, or that you're sick and need to go to the med bay, you eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? You don't want people to worry. You just want to be normal. Secret powers are fun. So you eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. So why do I stay quiet about my strange dreams? You just want to be normal. You don't want people to worry. Secret powers are fun. I guess you don't want people to worry. Let's go with that one. Your parents have so much on their minds already. You have a feeling that something is happening at Geoponics that they don't want you to know. You don't understand it, but when they come home at night, they look really sad. You don't want to make it that worse. I'm thinking they might be having trouble growing crops from Earth or growing, vegetables and things. There was like a notice on the board about a low supply of like food or something, right? If you just keep going to classes and staying out of trouble, it'll be easier for everyone, yourself included. Mid-quiet. Next month, late quiet. Maybe 3 parts of each season. I don't know what quiet is. Is that like winter? All right, so we'll stop the current video here and continue on in the next one. Once again, I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.